This section revolves around the techniques and methodologies employed to acquire, process, and analyze the data concerning historical sites and landscape without coming into contact with them. This approach is defined as remote sensing. Based on the object of investigation, two approaches can be adopted. Intrasite remote sensing focuses on the spatial investigation of the specific archaeological evidence on a smaller scale, while the analysis of ancient anthropogenic traces within specific landscape require a much larger scale. Therefore, remote sensing represents the first step in the study of archaeological landscape and the fundamental base for subsequent field activities. The core element upon which any remote analysis has to rely is the base map. Different types of base maps can be used based on information they are sharing: topographic maps, geomorphological maps, aerial photography, and satellite imagery. Select to include both historical and current data sources. All these resources allow to define a comprehensive picture on the future evolution of sites and archaeological landscapes through time. An ideal way to organize base maps and relay data is a GIS environment, a computerized information system that enables the acquisition, visualization, and analysis of information derived from geographical data. Above all, GIS allows to contextualize the historical and archaeological data, matching them with this correct geographical position on the Earth's surface, and therefore interrogate them to extract information. This process makes it possible to collect different types of data, including on a large scale the presence of potential ancient sites and human-made land features such as hydraulical works, or, in a smaller scale, traces of single structure and urban layouts. This approach does not only allow to define the ancient remains, but also to study the modification occurred in more recent times. For instance, recording the impact of urban development, the construction of large projects such as dams and roads, or the agricultural exploitation on archaeological landscape, relying in first instance on the remote analysis of satellite imagery through decades. It is clear how remote sensing is an essential tool in preventive archaeology, from the analysis to multiple elements within ancient landscape to the starting point for any field activity. This is especially useful for the monitoring and analysis of areas which are not easily accessible or where a non-invasive approach is required. Furthermore, it is important to remember that the use of open-source software and images allow to implement this process with an extremely low cost.